Welcome. Enjoy watching.
Road without her.
Brad had never been to Austin before, but the music hit him like warm smoke, thick, sweet, dangerous. The festival swirled with sound, strangers, and stage lights. That's when he saw her. Olivia stood barefoot on a wooden platform, strumming a weathered guitar like she'd been born with it. Her voice, cracked honey. Her eyes, wildfire. After her set, she came straight to him. "You don't look like you belong here," she said, smile tilting sideways. "Maybe I don't," Brad replied. But he stayed. They wandered downtown under strings of lights, talked like the night wouldn't end. She played one more song, just for him, on a bridge over the water. By the time they made it back to her van, it felt like fate had strings too. In the morning, she was gone. His phone buzzed before breakfast. Group chat. 3 missed calls from Max. Then TikTok. The video was crystal clear, Olivia leading him through the crowd, kissing him by the river, laughing into the camera when he turned away. Overlaid text, "Another fool on the hook." Comments were brutal. Laughing emojis. Hashtags. Hashtag Guitar Girl strikes again. He sat in silence for hours. Not from shame, from shock. Then something in him twisted. He watched the video again. Paused. Rewound. Paused again. Behind her smile, he saw it, rehearsed. Every step, every word. This wasn't flirting. It was choreography. And she had no idea who she'd just put on stage. Brad didn't answer his phone for 2 days. He wasn't hiding, he was listening. Rewatching her feed. Every video. Olivia and a different guy. Always a musician, always new in town. Always the same arc, flirt, film, humiliate. It wasn't even original. Just a script she ran on loop. Her fans called it the Hook series. Some thought it was art. Most just laughed. But Brad wasn't laughing. He booked a motel across town, out past the skyline haze, and started making calls. First to Max. Then to Jordan, a sound tech from the festival who owed him a favor. Then finally to Cassidy, Olivia's former bandmate, now working backup for bigger acts. Cassidy didn't need convincing. "She's been doing this for months," Cassidy said, bitter. "Even tried it on my brother. She got the followers, I got out." Brad nodded slowly. "I don't want revenge," he said. "I want an audience." He sent Cassidy the clip. She didn't laugh. "You want her exposed?" "No," he said. "I want her to see what it feels like." By the time the weekend hit, Brad had everything lined up, a borrowed pass to the backstage tent at the biggest show of the festival, a looped edit of her greatest hits, and a message ready to project behind her when she took the mic. She still thought she was the one holding the guitar. She hadn't noticed he'd brought his own. The crowd at the Longhorn stage roared as Olivia stepped into the spotlight. Fringe jacket, same guitar, same grin. She played her hits like confessions, raw, intimate, calculated. Backstage, Brad waited with Cassidy and Jordan. The projector was synced. The cue was set. "Final chorus," Cassidy said in his ear. That's when we hit. Brad didn't respond. He was watching her face, not the screen. He wondered if she felt anything, shame, guilt, even fear. But all he saw was performance. She strummed into the bridge of her latest viral single, a love song laced with irony. That's when Jordan gave the nod. The lights behind Olivia shifted. The screen above her flickered to life. At first, the crowd thought it was part of the act, a montage of clips from her TikToks, the same flirty glances, the same setups, the same kiss and cut ending. But then came the captions. The usernames. The DMs. The truth. The laughter stopped. Olivia turned mid-verse, eyes squinting at the screen. She missed a chord. Then two. The music collapsed beneath her. Brad stepped onto the edge of the stage. He didn't take the mic. He didn't need to. The crowd was dead silent now. Watching. Processing. He turned, guitar on his back, and walked off. Outside, someone was playing an old Willie Nelson tune. Real strings. No filters. Brad smiled, just once, before fading into the crowd. Behind him, Olivia stood frozen, guitar in hand, but the song was over. The fallout was instant. By midnight, Olivia's account was locked. Comments flooded faster than she could delete them. Screenshots circulated, stitched videos went viral, not hers this time, but his. Brad, walking away. Olivia, exposed mid-set. The truth, unedited. The music world split in two. Some defended her, it's satire, he agreed to be filmed, it's just content. Most didn't. Brands unfollowed. A label paused her pending deal. Festival organizers issued a bland statement about values and respect. And Brad. He didn't post a thing. He didn't need to. His silence spoke louder than her whole feed. Cassidy called him the next day. You made your point. It wasn't about the point, Brad said. It was about the note. She paused. You ever gonna play again? He didn't answer. But later that week, he pulled out his old guitar. Not for content. Not for views. Just to feel something true in his hands again. Far away, Olivia sat alone in her apartment, staring at her phone. No notifications. No new messages. Just a reel of her own voice, laughing, mocking, echoing back at her. She reached for her guitar. But the strings had been cut. All 6 of them. Clean. Precise. There was no note. No threat. Just silence. And outside her window, someone had chalked one word on the sidewalk. Encore. Weeks passed. Olivia vanished from socials. No apology, no comeback, just gone. Her name faded from explore pages, her videos drowned beneath duets of Brad's walk-off, stitched with acoustic covers and stitched hearts. Meanwhile, Brad stayed moving. Low profile. No press. He started playing dive bars, no stage lights, just neon beer signs and smoke-thin crowds. But something shifted. People listened. Not because he went viral, but because every note felt like a scar someone else recognized. One night, after a slow set at a roadside joint outside San Antonio, a girl approached him. Soft voice, cheap denim, notebook in hand. I saw the clip, she said. But that's not why I came. Brad raised a brow. I came for the quiet, she added. Everyone's shouting. You didn't. He nodded. Played one more song, off set list, unfinished. She stayed the whole way through. Later, alone in his car, Brad scrolled his phone. No new mentions. Just a message request, buried under old threads. From Olivia. No text. Just a voice memo. He hesitated. Then hit play. Her voice cracked, nothing like the performances. Just her. Real. Unsteady. I don't know what I was trying to prove, she said. But I know what I lost. Brad didn't reply. He just deleted the message. She wanted forgiveness. But he'd already given her something else. Silence. Brad stayed late after his set, sipping burnt coffee from a vendor's thermos, letting the evening crowd pass around him like smoke. A few fans stopped to thank him. One asked if he'd ever collab with Olivia, now that things are even. He gave a quiet laugh. It was never about even. It was about done. She hadn't posted since the voice memo. He'd checked, once. Out of curiosity, not hope. Her account was still there, empty bio, no posts. Just a name floating in the algorithm. He walked the edges of the venue as night fell, sound bleeding from the main stage like echoes of something he didn't miss. This year, there were no stunts. No viral gimmicks. Just music, raw and flawed. Half a mile away, Olivia played to no one. Not on TikTok. Not on stage. Just a local open mic in a ghost town bar, fingers shaking through her second verse. No one filmed. No one whispered. Someone clapped. Not loud, but real. She looked up, surprised. The men who clapped didn't know her. Didn't care about her past. He liked the way her voice cracked on the high notes. Maybe that was enough. Back in Austin, Brad packed his guitar into the case. No fanfare. No finale. He walked out into the dark alone, same way he came. But this time, something was lighter. No cameras. No echoes. Just a clean note, hanging in the air. 3 months later, the internet forgot. The Hook series was buried under new trends, new villains. Olivia's name vanished from search bars, her voice replaced by digital noise. But not everywhere. In a quiet part of Tennessee, a small studio released an EP. No promotion. No cover photo. Just a title, unposted. 4 tracks. Acoustic. Honest. One track stood out, 6 strings. No harmonies. No chorus. Just her in a room with too much reverb. You cut the strings. But I kept the neck. Tuned my silence. Till it sang back. A week later, Brad found it by accident. Or maybe the algorithm knew better. He listened once. Then again. He didn't message her. But he left a review. She finally played her own song. She never replied. She didn't have to. In a gas station 2 states away, Brad tuned his guitar before another quiet gig. A little rust on the frets, a lot less weight in his chest. Someone requested that song from TikTok. He smiled. I don't play those anymore. He played something better, something he wrote himself. And in the middle of it, somewhere deep in the bridge, a girl in the back looked up from her drink. She didn't clap. She just listened. And for Brad, that was more than enough.
Road Without Her.